Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting back into it. Hopefully the audio is good. Please let me know if it is not. It's very difficult to know because I can't see the audio feedback. But we are just wrapping up men's wheelchair finals. There we go. Get some tunes going. We did just finish up with the wheelchair division as well. And we have a new winner in the name number 50. Beatty Kabaj ended up winning. And everyone who was rooting for Buwan Chua, he ended up placing in third. Looking at the schedule for today. Men's bodybuilding finals is about to begin. This is the comparison round, the final comparison round for men's open bodybuilding. Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you're doing well. I ended up passing out during the women's division, so I do apologize. But we are back to finish up the night. And by the night, I mean 2:30 p.m. here in California. So it really isn't that late, but it definitely feels like it. I'm a tired boy. And coming into the finals, let's see what the judges want to see. And they want to see Hassan Mustafa, Ross Flanagan, Robin Strand, and Ian Valliere for a top 4 comparison round to see who's who. They immediately move Hassan Mustafa and Ian Valliere into the middle. I'd say everyone looks very similar. It's only been a couple hours. The prejudging to finals is very short for this show. There's not a huge difference in time. But Ross looks good. Ross Flanagan. Robin Strand looks phenomenal as well. Very happy with his presentation. He's smiling the whole time. Ian looks pretty solid in the side shot, but Hassan does look really impressive. I want to see more photos of Hassan. Once they finish up here, I'll head over to Flex Magazine online and see what they have. From the back, yeah. One of you guys said that Hassan was winning in a lot of shots, and I wouldn't argue. I think he looks pretty darn good. From the side shots, these are always usually Ian's. Just a very, very good shot for him. Abdominal and thigh. They're starting to get a little amped up with the most muscular shots. Yeah, Hassan's a big boy. Ross is looking like he's having a lot of fun too. A lot of energy. I think the exciting call would be to give Hassan the win. The safe pick would be to give Ian the win. Not to say that Ian didn't earn it. He looks phenomenal. Your next 4 looks like your 4 through 8 is Slavoj Bednar sneaking in there, Joe Seaman, Jason Lowe, and Jiang Min Lee is your current 4 through 8 at the finals here in the Toronto Pro Super Show 2023. We are commentating and reporting live on the show. So if you do have the live stream purchased, definitely check it out and watch it with me. If not, then you can enjoy my commentary and my up-to-date updates. Joe Seaman, by far the biggest guy on stage. Slavoj Bednar, compact, muscular. Jason Lowe, I think he's just a rising star. He looks phenomenal. He just needs to continue to perfect that peak, especially with him coming into the Open. And Mr. Jangmin Lee, I think it looks phenomenal as well. It'll be interesting to see him perfect his physique. He's a brand new pro, just turned pro a month or two ago. I think it was May 3rd. So he looks phenomenal as well. Really good showing from him. Joe Seaman just needs to continue to work on the midsection, keep it nice and tight. And just continue to keep bringing crazy conditioning. That's what's going to give him that win. That's what's going to give him that look above everyone else. And they're sending them back. So we've already went through the top 8. And the next call out is the 8 through maybe the 8 through 14. 8 through 14, or the should be the remaining. The remaining is Aaron Gowley in the middle. And who else? Aaron Gowley, Hassan Khalith getting moved out to the end. Alex Ardy moved out to the end. Morgan McDonald, probably around that 11-10 spot. And who else? Who else am I missing? Mike Holsey. Mike Holsey and Aaron Gowley are kind of battling it out right now, center stage for that 8th through 10th, trying to stay in the top 10 right now. And we kind of discussed this earlier during prejudging. I'd say everybody looks very similar to prejudging, or at least from what we can see with the live stream. It's not the greatest high definition live stream that you'd hope for with how much we paid for it. $70 for the day. We really hope we hoped we would have gotten a better live stream. But to be fair, you can't complain too much. It is one still shot, which is nice. A lot of people complain when they put a lot of production into it, and this is good. I like it. You can see everything just fine. I want to kick the photographers in the teeth for standing up all the time. They really are ruining the shots. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, because they bring out the 2nd through 4th. So they did not bring Ian Valliere back out. So he is Ian Valliere and Hassan Mustafa were not brought out. So you have the 2 through 5 right now in this call out, which kind of confirms that Ross is in 3rd, Robin Strand is in 4th, and Joe's in 5th, which is some good clarity. That's some good clarification. So you could probably expect to see Ian and Hassan flexing it out next. But this does give us the opportunity to look at these three. I wasn't able to really compare them too much. I was too focused on either, Robin's conditioning, Ross's conditioning, or, Ian's flow, Hassan's mass. So this gives us an opportunity to see all of them together, which is good. Ross looks good though. Nice and conditioned. The tan doesn't pull away from him too much. So Yeah, my feedback, I guess, was maybe almost a little too heavy. Joe, kind of like what I just said, just needs to continue to just keep improving that midsection, keeping it tight. And Robin Strand, I think he did everything perfect today. He's just going to need to just continue to grow and perfect the physique. And here it is. Hassan Mustafa versus Ian Valliere. We have not seen Hassan at the Olympia as of last year. And we want to see him back on the stage. We want to see what he can do and what he's going to bring. And the question is, can he beat Ian Valliere here? Because that would kind of give him a precedent to where he could place at the Olympia. And Hassan is very complete. Upper body, he's very bubbly. He's thicker than Ian. I'd say he has more complete muscles, muscle thickness, muscle insertions. He's more complete than Ian. The only thing Hassan needs to continue to do is work on the midsection, and we've talked about it a few times now. Patrick, no, I do not think Ian's a clear winner here. I would not be shocked if they gave the win to Hassan. Ian is good. I think Ian did exactly what he needed to do to win here, but I think Hassan has also brought exactly what he needed to bring the upset. He brought what he did to Orlando, if not better, currently. The conditioning is spot on. He's already has enough muscle. He just needs to continue working on the posing and the presentation. He looks like he's pretty spot on. He could maybe come in 5% sharper and sacrifice a little bit of muscle. I just don't know if he's able to do that. I don't know if he has the ability to do that. Alkis Cerise thinks Hassan needs better midsection control and side shots. Completely agree. Yep. That's why, Ian dominates the side shots. And a big reason is because of the midsection. He needs to make those adjustments. He needs to work on it. And yes, it does hold him back. The midsection is the only thing between the midsection and the posing is the only thing that's holding back Hassan Mustafa from being a top 10 Olympian. And who knows, maybe he still could be. There's not a lot of guys that are that thick and that complete at 30 years old. So you got to remember, this guy's got 10, 15 years of competing left in him. Yeah, Alkis Cerise also mentioned that Ian looked like he was getting pretty tired during prejudging. I agree. He was shaking in a couple shots, so that could be a water or a sugar thing for him. I don't see him shaking right now. Hard to say. It's definitely something that could happen. Let's see. Andrew Kelly says Ian looks loads better in HD photos compared to the video. Yeah, that's probably where the detail comes in. You don't get to see that real crisp, hard detail in the low quality live stream that we have here. It's not great. You look at like the Flex News Online, the Flex magazine photos. We'll dig into those later after the show and see what's really going on with some of these shots. To see like where the discrepancy is, where the difference is. Yeah, Alkis, I agree. And when you're in person as well, the athletes do look even more 3D. That's something that I had the privilege of seeing when I went to the Arnold Classic. I think I was in the 9th row, so I was very close. I was able to see everything. So completely agree as well. Yep. Photos and being in person kind of give a little bit better view. Raymond Jones, don't be putting my business out there like that. These are new viewers. They don't know about my dating life. But yes, I've been very busy. I actually got to reply to this one real quick. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. But yeah, life has been busy for sure. I'm having a lot of fun, enjoying life. And my second passion, which is bodybuilding, is always there for me. So I do appreciate everybody joining this live stream and watching. From the Arnold he won? No. Andrew Jack won the 2022 Arnold Classic UK and the Texas, which qualified him for last year's Olympia. No, he still needs to qualify. That's why he's doing the Texas this year. Looks like somebody passed away. But yes, Raymond Jones, welcome back to the stream. Do I think Samson? I don't think Samson. It's not a matter of if Samson can win the Olympia. I think it's when. Samson and Andrew Jack, I think, are both Mr. Olympias in the next 5 years. The question is the Olympia going to push for a legacy with Derek Lunsford, or are they going to let the title move around to whoever actually earns it? Because it's really hard to say that someone deserves to win the title 8 years in a row. It's very difficult. Randall Lee, when did I start covering open bodybuilding on YouTube? I think originally on my first channel, Sanj Bodybuilding, I covered bodybuilding passively, kind of like Nick Strength and Power style, just like photos every 10 seconds or something with commentary behind it. I started doing that probably 5 years ago, and then I started upgrading to more what you see here now in the last year and a half. So the channel has evolved, the coverage has evolved as of late, but we've probably been on and off covering bodybuilding for about 5 years. Let's see. Alkis Cerise says feels like Andrew needs more thickness. His legs are as thick as they need to be. I think the upper body needs to come in and be more comparable. Upper body. I'd also say the posing, the presentation and posing for Andrew Jack is something that needs to get improved upon as well. That's a big one as well. Oh, they're putting like a big ad for like York Barbell right now. It's like a documentary almost. Pretty cool. Any other questions? We'll have the Classic in 212 coming up pretty soon here. Sorry for the dead air. We are still waiting for the show to come up. And we are, young talent. Good question. Graham Brown. What do I feel about the young talent coming up in Canada? Again, we're waiting for the show to return. They're playing a very long ad, which is fine. I love seeing the competitors come in through the CPA. I'm not Canadian myself. Some of my accents would make you think I am. I was born in Wisconsin, so a little bit of the accents are very similar. It really depends. It depends on which athletes we're looking at. there's plenty of good classic physique guys coming out of the CPA into the pro league. A lot of talent. When you look at the open bodybuilders, Robin Strand, for instance, phenomenal. He's in top 4 here. He's a new pro. He's been competing a few years now. Tyler Johnson as well, a classic physique guy. He's kind of rising through the ranks, especially when you look at Canadian shows. I love him. Abby Bolton is a Canadian fitness pro competitor. All who have been on the channel, great commentators, good friends of mine. I love Canada. I think they have been able to create some phenomenal athletes recently. Good question. How much do you pay for rent in SF? Which shows you're going to personally buy tickets to? Randy Lee, I think I pay just under $3,000 right now a month. I was paying more and then I downsized. So just under $3,000 a month for rent. And which local shows? I went to the LA Fit Expo, which had a muscle contest show attached. I actually got the press pass for that. Somewhere around here. And then I just went to the Evo Sports Expo. They had a show there as well. So I'll be going to that one. I did go to that one. I will be going to the Olympia. Again, I always go to the Olympia. This will be my 3rd Olympia. And I will be trying to get my press pass there, but I know sometimes politics prevents you. And that's about it. I don't think I'm going to go to the Legion Sport Festival in Reno. And there's probably going to be a couple amateur shows here and there I'll go to as well. But those are my pro shows. Did you have a mimosa for your dinner? No, I did not have a mimosa. I think I had a couple seltzers last night. Last night, yes. Tonight should be, it'll probably be like margaritas. Probably margaritas tonight. Randy Lee, 212, the gentleman asking, that looks like Korean. They haven't announced the 212 winner yet. Stay tuned. We will cover that live as soon as it happens. But Randy Lee, why do they keep moving the Mr. Olympia? It was a financial decision, but it also was a venue decision. When you look at the Las Vegas, it's just so expensive, and the facilities just aren't as good and aren't as accommodating as Florida is. So Florida is just so much. It's so nice. Yes, I think Sung Yup Jang is going to win the 212. I don't think it's very competitive. Peter Borecki, or Borek, I think he's the only person going to be pushing him. But Sung Yup Jang is probably going to win that 212 title here. Let's see. OBX Pescado. What's happening on stage right now? They're giving a Lifetime Achievement Award to somebody. And I'm pretty sure they're just giving it to the president of the IFBB. So oh, maybe not. Oh, they're giving it to the York guy, the owner of York Barbell. That's cool. Cool. But yes, that's why they moved it to Florida, not Las Vegas. And it's probably going to stay away from Las Vegas moving forward. How many PEDs do they take? It depends on each person. Everyone has a different threshold of how much they need versus how much they can take. Some people don't need as much. Some people use different compounds. It's a very unique, personalized program, essentially. Just like with bodybuilding, some people respond really well to barbell squats. Some people are really good with Smith squats or hack squats or a leg press. It's the same thing when you start talking about the super supplements or PEDs. is it's very unique to each person. And to be honest, most people don't put their information out like that. They don't put their business out online. They don't talk about what supplements they take. What's your favorite watch? Like a wristwatch? I don't know. I need to start getting into watches, honestly. I don't really wear watches. Good question, though. I think the best we ever saw of Sergio was when he won the New York Pro back in 2018? It's been a long time. I don't know if we're going to get to see him progress much more. He's had a long time to perfect that physique, and it just hasn't happened. So I don't know if it's ever going to happen. What's my favorite book? I'd say Atomic Habits is my favorite book right now by James Clear. That's a really good book. I'm about a quarter of the way through it, as you can see. I'm not a big reader, but I try to be. Good question. Classic Physique is on stage right now. I do not think this is the first call out. Looks like maybe your last call out. It's a lot of people. Way too many people. When's the last time I played Sequence? A long time, my friend. Long time. I have every expansion, I think, for Settlers of Catan out in my truck. I need to move that to the backdrop so you guys can ask me about my Catan playing. Do you make MMA, UFC content or anything? I do not. Randy Lee. I do specifically, exclusively bodybuilding news-related content. I'm not opposed to it, but I think that probably would be better done on a different channel. I don't know how that would work with covering it. I don't know the legalities. Do you think bodybuilding industry is shrinking? No, I think bodybuilding is growing actually with people like Chris Bumstead and some of those like really big names within bodybuilding. I think they're making bodybuilding more popular than it's ever been. And I think that really shows when you look at gym attendances. There's so many people that go to gyms, so many people that work out now. And essentially that is bodybuilding in some capacities. It might not be professional competitive bodybuilding, but it is bodybuilding as a whole. So I do think it's growing. How do bodybuilders make money? Most of them have full-time jobs, like myself. You know, we make our money through our careers. And then outside of that, some people make money through making YouTube like this, or through supplement sponsors or other different types of sponsors. There's not really any secrets to making money. Most people just have either they run their own businesses or they have full-time jobs and they do bodybuilding as a passion on the side. And we have our top 4 on stage right now in men's classic physique. Tyler Akowinski, number 34, center stage, battling it out with, it looks like, Farzad Chatbi, number 32. We also have number 27, which is, I'm not sure. I didn't catch his name. And number 29, which is Javier Durante, I believe. I could be wrong. Gregory Dawson, I think, is the number 27. That looks like that's it for Classic Physique. I think it's pretty much a battle between those two guys, Tyler Awaski and Farzad Chatbi. Those are your two standouts. Do we still have a while before the winner is announced for Classic and Men's Open? Classic is going to be announced probably in the next 15 minutes. And let's see here. Let me check the schedule just to make sure I'm not putting out the wrong information for you, Patrick. Yes. So the Classic Physique Awards should be right after the top 5 posing right now. And then it'll go right into men's 212 finals and awards, and then men's bodybuilding finals and awards. But yes, Randy Lee, I'm not opposed to making content maybe towards UFC. I'd have to follow UFC first. I'd have to watch the content. I'd probably want to make a different channel. Oof, good question. What's the best cardio to get shredded in a couple weeks? I would say when you want to think about how to get shredded quickly, you want to think about longevity. So doing sprints or doing long running probably would kill your knees. So you want to do some sort of cardio that you can do a lot of, and it's not going to tire you out. It's not going to get you really sore. It's not going to put you in pain. Or you could do a variety. You could mix it up. You could do one day on a bike, low impact, low intensity bike for a long time. That's going to burn a lot of calories. You could do stairs really slow, or you could just walk. It just depends on how much time you have to lean out. And then also you want to think about what kind of diet you're going to use, because you want to use that as kind of like a multi-factor attack. You want to lean out with food, and you also want to use the cardio to really attack the fat. That's probably the best way to lose fat quickly if you're trying to lose weight in just a few weeks, like 3 weeks or so. How much total money spent to go to the Mr. Olympia, hotel, tickets, planes? So that's a tricky question. For me, I'm an active duty military, almost retired at this point. So there is a free ticket program for veterans, which saves me almost $1,000 to $2,000 in tickets. So you could spend anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 on an Olympia weekend. That's usually what most people spend, because the finals tickets do get pretty expensive if you don't buy them ahead of time. So if you do plan on going to the Olympia, the first thing is to get those tickets, because once they're out, they're out, and then you have to worry about scalpers selling them for like $1,000 each, which is what I saw last year. Hotel tickets and everything. You want to think like an Olympia weekend, probably 3 days. 3 days hotel is probably going to cost you like $100+ a month or a day. A good hotel is going to be about $150 a day. So yeah, you can spend quite a bit of money at the Olympia. I think I spent just under $2,000 last year, but I wasn't being cheap. I was enjoying myself. I was eating good food, and I was buying souvenirs and all kinds of stuff. Patrick, you're welcome. You are welcome. Can I drink whiskey during my shredding? No, because that's just added calories. You want to stay away from anything that's going to add calories. So you want to maintain with your chicken or your lean beef or your pork, whatever kind of carb or protein base. And then from there, you think about, okay, what do I stop eating that? My cat is eating my cat was eating my leftover chicken. He loves his gains. Leave it alone. But yeah, I would stay away from drinking alcohol if you're trying to lean out quickly. I'm in no rush to lean out. I'm slowly adding in cardio and cutting back on carbs, so that's why I drink from time to time. And we have the finals routines for the top 5 in men's classic physique going on stage right now for the Toronto Pro. Of course, if you are not watching the live stream, you're missing out. I can only give you so much information here. And sometimes we talk about other things like dieting or UFC. Yeah, UFC would be kind of fun. I've thought about getting back into watching football. So maybe get back into watching college football and finding like one channel that really talks in depth about one team, like the Wisconsin Badgers or something like that. Do you only cover open? I cover mostly open. Like right now I'm covering classic physique, but it's not really my bread and butter. I enjoy 212. So yeah, usually 212 and open are my main focuses here. but I do sometimes talk about men's physique, and I do sometimes talk about classic physique. Just depends on the lineup. Yep. Yeah, Muscle Machine. Yeah, I just can't share the screen, unfortunately. That's something. I know the promoters, so when I have these conversations with the promoters, I go to their shows. They give me free access to their shows to take photography, do interviews with their athletes. For me to bootleg their live stream, they wouldn't like that. It would look bad. So it's a professional courtesy that I can't do that. I'm sure there are other channels out on YouTube, bootlegging the live stream. I'm not going to support that or condone that. We're here to watch this together. Hopefully next time we have this long format one, we'll have a guest so we can all talk together. But yes, Muscle Machine. Definitely think about purchasing that live stream if you can. Do you think someone with mid genetics can step on the Olympia stage? Mid genetics, that's such a tough one because you have some like absolute hardworking freaks like Branch Warren. You have guys like Guy Cisternino, not crazy genetically blessed. They're blessed to build muscle, but their structure, their muscle insertions were mid. So I think a lot hard work can get you a long ways, as long as your genetics gets you to a certain point. And then, of course, some people just are more comfortable with pushing supplements harder, the super supplements, and sometimes that gets them an Olympia qualification. They might not place very well, but it might be just enough to get there. So there's a lot of ways for you to get to the Olympia stage. I think for 6 here, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you regionally qualified? Have you competed before? Have you ever stepped on stage? That's the first question. Start competing. Do it naturally. Find a natural show. Hire a coach. Get yourself absolutely peeled. Get on stage and see what it feels like. And then go from there. It's hard to talk about being Mr. Olympia if you've never competed before. So I've done a couple shows. I have no interest in being Mr. Olympia. Good question, though. I think almost anything's possible with the right mindset. Yeah, the guy on stage right now is really impressive. All right, they're bringing out the awards. Jumping right into that. Ooh, Maurice Borges ended up in 5th place. Good job. Good job for him. Third place, Gregory Dawson. Second place is Carl Guthier. Oh, Samuel Paquin. Okay, so I had the numbers messed up. So Samuel Paquin was the guy that I liked. Solid lineup. Are you guys big classic physique fans, or is everyone waiting for the open? Open in 212. Great showing from these guys. Classic physique. I definitely would recommend you guys check out CPC Bodybuilding. Brant does a phenomenal job covering bodybuilding over there on his channel. He only covers classic physique bodybuilding. So if you guys love bodybuilding, that is a great channel for you to check out. Moving into the 212. For our Korean fans out there, we have a not so much close battle, but it's definitely a conversation. Sung Yup Jang, number 20 in the middle, battling it out against number 17, Peter Barecki. I think these two guys are pretty comparable. They look really good. I think Peter brings that conditioning, and then Sung Yup Jang is a little bit bigger, though. So it really is going to come down to what the judges are looking for. They're looking for somebody a little bit more conditioned or someone with a little bit more size. Definitely options here. I don't think it's a clear winner. And I will say that I did like Chris Byrne in the purple posing suit, number 19. I thought he looked phenomenal as well. And typically you see a lot more competitors. I don't know why the 212 lineup this year was so light. Was really hoping to see more guys. There's a lot of guys waiting to compete, waiting till the end of the year. And now they're going through the individual posing routines. Peter Barecki is phenomenal. Definitely brings some classic looks to 212. The flow. No one's won yet. They're doing the individual routines right now. Peter looks phenomenal. Great conditioning, great presentation. He's got a good set of legs on him, solid back. I would not be surprised if he comes up with the upset and wins this. Yep. I think Jang he could win this easily. Yep. Either one. If he doesn't win, it's going to be very close. It's going to be like a 1-point decision. Who's my favorite bodybuilder? My favorite bodybuilder? That's a good question. I think Jay is probably my favorite all-around bodybuilder. I wouldn't say Arnold, because Arnold kind of ruined his reputation with like his politics and how he conducts himself nowadays. Not, I think Arnold's awesome, but he's definitely not my favorite. With the new Disclosure Act of Information, how do you do podcasting on aliens that you might have seen while doing military stuff? I'm not too familiar with the new Disclosure Act of information. Any kind of censorship I'm not aware of. I speak my mind. I speak my truth. If the government wants to come after me, then I'll speak on that too. But I'm not too sure. Feel free to send me a link to that, Randy, on Instagram. I could definitely look into it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of government censorship. What's your favorite workout shoes? So I've done Gorilla Wear. I've had their shoes. I thought they were amazing. I currently have a pair of Nobles. I have a pair of yellow ones actually somewhere around here, and I wear those ones for the most part. I have not done Vans. I haven't tried them out. I went straight for Nobles. I didn't mind spending a little extra money, but I'm sure the Vans are solid. Anything with a nice flat sole is going to be better for you. I guess in the long run, it's also better for you. Better for your knees and your hips. It helps prevent flat feet. Lets your foot develop. Good questions. Lots of good questions. We have on stage right now Chris Burns. A nice, slow, classic presentation. I can't get over how nice his legs are. Really great legs. And number 20 coming on stage, Sung Yup Jang for his posing routine. Definitely the favorite coming into the show to win. What do you guys wear for lifting shoes? What's your go-to? Vans, maybe? I've tried Ninja Viking is another bodybuilding shoe. Converse, nice. Yeah, he looks good. I wish he would have came in a little harder, a little bit more conditioning. But he looks good. I think he brought enough to win. I didn't see the prize money for this. I'd assume not too much. Probably a few $1,000s. I'm guessing open is either $10,000 or $20,000 for the prize money. 212 is probably a couple thousand. 15,000 for 212? I would be very surprised if it was that much. Could be. Looks like number 21, Huang Xin, is next up. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what this guy looks like in a few years. He just continues to grow. All right, and that was Huang Xin. Do you ever get to cover Cedric? No, not in person. Nope. I covered him on a few shows. He was one of my favorites of all time. His passing was rough for me. Him being in the army as well as me, I always looked up to him as, kind of like a leader. So yeah, to see him pass was rough. Do miss him. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Xavier's doing some cool stuff over on his channel. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. Ming Chu Han. Hope you guys are enjoying the pay-per-view. It is still available for purchase as the 212 is coming to a conclusion. The Open is definitely available. Hope the Asians can win some Mr. Olympia titles. Yeah, it depends. Depends on which Asian, I love me some Asians. It's definitely my dating preference lately, but the dudes are pretty sweet. As long as they bring a complete physique, good conditioning, good structure, a lot of muscle, why not? Why not win a title? That Branch Chen guy, he got really close in the classic physique. And right into the awards ceremony, Ming Chan San got 5th. Wang Chin in 4th. Yeah, pretty much exactly how I was expecting it. Chris Burns in 3rd. Oh, called it. Sung Yup in 2nd place with the upset. Wild. Jang did not win. Jang got 2nd. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Conditioning beats out muscle. You got to be careful. You can't play the muscle game too much. You got to have a complete physique. This is the 2nd time this season Sung Yup Jang has missed out on that Olympia qualification. 1 at New York and 2 here. Jang did not win. No, he got 2nd. Very close battle. Yep. That's kind of the way I saw it. I thought they were going to go with conditioning over size. Close battle, though. I bet you it was just a 1-point difference. No. Jang did not win New York. I think he placed 2nd at New York. Okay, now we have our top 10 for the men's open bodybuilding coming on stage to do their individual posing routines. moving into open. They did not have a break at all from the 212 to open. Yeah, Slavoj Bednar coming on stage first for the top 10 posing routines. This guy's pretty solid. Historically, he's just always shown up in shape. He's got nice round muscle bellies, not really missing anything. He's a very complete bodybuilder. His midsection gets away from him sometimes, and I think that's one of the limiting factors for him. Is it finished? No, we still have the open. We've still got the big boys. The results already came out. Borecki won. Borecki got first. Davood Singh. He's going to the Olympia. Yeah, the results for 212 should be out. Open has not happened yet. Unless my stream is behind. There's always a chance. Ross Flanagan on stage now, doing his finals posing routine. He's already qualified for the Olympia after winning last weekend's Cali Pro. Do you ever visit San Jose? I am in San Jose a couple times a week, actually. Yep, I'm in San Jose often. I was just at the mall a couple days ago. The big one, the big mall. Who is the winner of the 212? Piotr Borecki won the 212. Yeah, I think Ross is in a solid position for third place right now. Yeah, he's not really missing anything. He's a really complete bodybuilder. He's done a good job bouncing back from that Indie Pro fiasco for his pro debut. Next up, we have Aaron Gully. I thought this guy really needed to come in sharper for finals. I don't know if he did or not. He looks pretty soft still. Yep, Peter Borecki won, Sung Yup Jang second, Chris Burns in third, Huang Xin in fourth, and Ming Chun Hun in fifth for the 212. That is your results. This Aaron Gully guy, he's really good. Big and thick, tall. He just needs to keep working on the conditioning. And then he also needs to work on the legs, making sure the legs are comparable. He needs to bring up the hamstrings, more thickness, more conditioning. I just don't think he was ready for this show. Unless he's going to use this show as kind of a warm-up. I'd have to look at the competitive calendar and see what shows are coming up next. And for those just tuning in, we are watching the finals routine for the top 10 at this year's Toronto Pro Super Show. And once the finals is concluded, I'll post my recap video, and then I will call it a day. It's been a long day of covering bodybuilding today. Any other questions? The chat has been very active today. I do appreciate everyone commenting. Devoods Singh, thanks. Bareki Guy on my country. Sounds good. Glad to hear. Next up, we have Mike Hulusi, number 4. This guy's got a big midsection. Worries me. Why do you think Jang got second place? Conditioning. He wasn't as sharp as Peter was. Piotr. Yeah, he was bigger. He definitely was bigger, just not as conditioned. And he was to the extent of not being conditioned enough that the judges went with a smaller guy. That's just bodybuilding. You have to find that perfect balance between size and conditioning. And if you mess it up, you don't win. So he has to just keep working on bringing that better condition, that better package to the next show. Number 5, Hassan Mustafa is coming on. This is debatably your projected winner if Ian does not win this show. It is a very close call. I like Hassan. I just can't get past his midsection. It's just too big. But he's a very big boy. He's got a lot of muscle on him. What are your guys' predictions for the Open? What is your top 6 prediction for men's open bodybuilding? I would love to hear it. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. When is the results? They're still going through the top 10 right now. Well, it looks like they have a little technical difficulties going on right now. Let's see. Raymond Jones's predictions is Hassan, Ian, Ross, Robin. I think that's definitely possible. Yep. I think that's the exciting pick. We have Mr. Jiang Min Lee on stage right now. Very impressive showing for his pro debut. Top 6 in a solid lineup. I think is perfect for him. What he's able to complete in the next few years, I think, is going to be interesting to see. Fasting Frug, welcome back. He agrees with Raymond Jones's top 4 prediction. Hassan beating out Ian Valliere with a close Ross in 3rd and Robin Strand in 4th. I think those are all good predictions. I'm going to say Ian's going to win. I'm going to go with the safe pick. Hassan 2nd, Ross 3rd, Robin 4th, Joe Seaman 5th, Jason Lowe. Oh, no. And then Jiang Min Lee in 6th. I'm going to say that's my top 6. I do appreciate everyone who has rated the live stream. I'm not sure how that works, but leaving a like does help me. It does help the channel grow. So if you have not dropped a like and you are watching, I would appreciate you guys dropping a like. It does help the channel grow. A subscription is always appreciated, but a like does help a lot. Jason Lowe is on stage now. He's probably going to be your 7th place finisher here. He had a very close finish here. His peak was not perfect. He looks good, just not as conditioned as what I would have liked to see from him. Oh, liked and subscribed. I appreciate it, brother. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Send any thoughts, comments, recommendations, topics you'd like us to talk about in an upcoming episode. Drop those in my Instagram. We will definitely get to that on an upcoming episode. I have a good list of Q&A questions so far. Joe Seaman, probably going to be your 5th place finisher here. Maybe 6th, maybe 7th. Actually, I think he's going to be 7th. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 7th, sorry. Just outside the top 6. Him and Jason Lowe are going to be around that 7th and 8th. Ooh, yeah, I just saw a click in those likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, everyone. The thing with Joe, the thing with Big Joe Seaman is he just needs to continue to work on the midsection and the posing. Him and Hassan have the exact same issue. They have enough muscle already. They just need to perfect the physique. Just like when you look at Dexter Jackson, he didn't really need to add muscle. He's needed to maintain and just make small, tiny improvements. Who's my top 3 right now? My top 3 is going to be Ian Valliere, Hassan Mustafa, and Ross Flanagan. That's my top 3. I do think Hassan could beat Ian. It really depends what the judges are looking for. I think Ian's the safer bet. Ian has a really good midsection, which accentuates his strengths. Whereas Hassan Mustafa, the midsection really pulls away from all of his strengths and just focuses on his one main weakness. Or at least that's the way I look at it. What about you, Patrick? What's your top 3? I don't think you answered yet. And Randy Lee, what's your top 6 prediction? Robin Strand up next here, number 12. He will be rounding out the top 4 here, if not moving up. It's really hard to say. I think it's very close. Just to be clear, I think it's a 1-point decision between Hassan and Ian. I gotta start close. I need to cover my mouth when I sneeze. I have like little snot particles all over my screen. And Robin Strand leaving the stage. Number 13, Ian Valliere should be finishing off the lineup. Yep. Yeah, Ross, I mean, he absolutely pooped the bed on his pro debut in Indy last year. So nobody really had him in the conversation to do as well as he did. And he came in and showed that, he's the real deal, that he's ready. So I don't think anyone's going to overlook him anymore. He propelled himself into the winning circle for any show he jumps into now. Very happy for the guy. Yeah, Ian's big. Big. He's conditioned. There's nothing really wrong with the guy. Great midsection, great shoulders, good arms, great legs. The chest is lacking. Would be the only area he needs to continue to work on. His music kind of killed out on him a little early. Well, we're on the finals, and we are almost at half viewership for the pay-per-view. I'm really surprised. Patrick, I'll get to that question in just a second. They're about to announce the winners, or the winner. Yeah, Hassan looks crazy good. Next to Ross Flanagan, it's crazy. Yep. Joe made it to the 5th. Okay, so Joe knocked off Jiang Min Lee. Really good showing for him. Yep. Robin Strand with the 4th place finish. Very safe pick. I agree with that. They're playing the Game of Thrones music again. Yep. Ross Flanagan in third. The question is, are they going to give Ian the win? I don't think so. Ooh, yep. They gave Hassan the... Yep. Okay. So it went the way I thought it was. Not bad. Ian lost. Wasn't even close. I mean, the judges said he won. I think it was close. I think it was very close. Hassan was big, but the midsection was just too much for the judges to look past. Now, to say that Hassan cannot win a pro show this year, I don't think that is reality. I think he definitely could win the right show if he finds it, especially if he's willing to travel. He is is he an Egyptian native? I can't remember which country he originally comes from. I think he lives out of Canada now, and he trains out of Las Vegas officially. Definitely a close battle, though. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think they were going to give it to Hassan. I thought Ian was pretty much this stand apart winner. When you look at my pre-show coverage, that was what I was saying was Ian was going to be the winner for this one, and that's what happened. Getting back to Patrick's question, unrelated question, but do you think Samson has enough to beat Derek or Hadi this year? This year, no, I don't think so. Oh, really? You don't have to retract your message, man. It's fine. You can have an opinion. I don't think Samson's going to win this next year. He has to... I'm going to say this. He has to beat Nick Walker. The judges gave Samson the win at the Arnold, but I don't think he won. I don't think he beat him. There was nothing wrong with Nick Walker at that show. And Nick Walker beat Samson at the Olympia handily. You know, between a fourth place finish, or no, what Walker got third and Samson got sixth. It's a big difference. Big difference in physiques. But it's hard to have that conversation. There's a lot of Samson fans out there. There's a lot of Walker fans as well. So the question is, what are the judges going to be looking for in this upcoming year? That is the question. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my coverage of the 2023 Toronto Pro Super Show. We highlighted specifically the men's open bodybuilding division, the 212 Classic, a little bit of men's physique here and there. And in the previous live stream, we did cover the women's bikini and wellness. So if you do enjoy that kind of stuff, you can rewatch the coverage. But that'll do it for me. I need to eat some food, take another little nap, train. I think I'm going to train some arms. I got about a half good arm workout in the other day. Fasting Frugivore said he was not happy with the decision. Ian, we'll see. There's going to be a lot of side-by-side comparison photos coming out. So look forward to those. I'll probably even do a breakdown shot for shot of these two to see, who I thought was the clear winner, because that'll be interesting. But yeah, fasting, make sure you subscribe. You did say you subscribed. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll definitely be posting some more content. It will be interesting. And yeah, I was there at the Arnold Classic. I thought Nick was winning. So and I was in, I think, the 9th row. So I was very close. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all 400 of you to stopping in and watching the channel for this Toronto Pro Super Show Finals watch party. If you enjoy this style, these watch parties, please message me individually on Instagram and let me know that you like it. It does help me. And then, of course, if you are not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing, as you'll get to see more content like this in the near future. But I'm your host, as always, Josh Sanch. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our sister company. Danielle Willis runs the First Callouts, which is a women's bodybuilding specific channel on Instagram. I know she's posted a lot of content today covering the women's bodybuilding division for BNN. So make sure you go over there, check her out. And she is a pro women's bodybuilding Olympian. So support her as well. But that's it. I need to drink some tea and make sure I don't lose my voice. But I will see you beautiful people, some of the best looking fans in the world of bodybuilding, in another video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one.